Hello, and welcome to the program orientation session for the Bachelor of Arts degree at the University of the Fraser Valley. This presentation is for anyone who has applied to UFE to complete a Bachelor of Arts degree and was either admitted or conditionally admitted into the Bachelor of Arts degree, or who was not admitted but who does intend to complete a Bachelor of Arts degree as their goal program. This presentation is essentially serving as your first advising appointment. We're going to be covering the same information as if you were in person. So we've got this presentation online on our website, and we will provide you with that link so that you can refer back to this multiple times as much as you need. And it's quite likely that you're going to need to review it a couple times as you get used to the new information and learn to understand the requirements of your degree. Trust that what we're providing today is the information that you need to get started in your first semester and into your first year. We'll build off the information that we cover in this session in future appointments. We've created this. We are the advisors for the Bachelor of Arts program, and our ultimate goal is really the success of you achieving your goal of completing this degree. So we have created this specifically for you for this real entry-level introduction to the degree and the requirements. If you have questions, and you might have questions already, make sure you just jot them down because we will have time for question and answer after the presentation. We will most likely address your questions throughout the session. And again, we'll provide you with the link to this PowerPoint so that you can review the tips, reminders, and the glossary section also included that we're not going to go over in this presentation. And if you're already feeling just a little bit overwhelmed about starting university, know that you're not alone. There's a lot of new information, and we're going to make sure to introduce some of the key pieces that you'll need to know now and help normalize this experience for you. So let's get started. So who are we? We are academic advisors. There are 4 of us who work specifically with art students. And we're here to help you in your educational planning by providing you with information to help you make some informed decisions as you work through your educational goals. We'll work with you to clarify these goals, make sure that you are developing the academic skills needed to achieve success in your degree, and ensure that you can find access to resources and services that you'll need throughout the course of your education. Our advising website is right off of the UFE homepage. You can see our address right there, ufe.ca/advising. We have a lot of information on this page. So this is another website that you might want to just get used to bookmark, to write down this web address. One of the resources on this page will also be this presentation. You can access it right off our advising webpage. You can also book appointments with advisors right off this webpage. We recommend that you book an appointment at least once per academic year, or at least once per every 30 credits completed. So this presentation, going through this PowerPoint, is essentially serving as your first appointment. So you are open to book appointments to prep for winter semester, which would be booking appointments around October. But you might find that the information provided in this session is enough to move you through into your winter semester, and maybe then you'll be booking with us for summer or fall. But just keep that benchmark in mind that at least once a year, you're going to meet one of us just to talk about your progress. So where we're going to start today is just on the structure of a Bachelor of Arts degree and breaking down what that actually is. So the Bachelor of Arts degree requires the completion of a minimum of 120 credits. That equates to about 40 classes. It is really important to note that the BA We do not require that you complete these credits, this number of courses, within a specific time frame. The pace in which you complete your degree is completely based on your own personal schedule and your goals, and it has to work for you. So we're never going to put pressure on you to speed things up. We're just here to ensure that you meet the requirements in the timeline that works for you. So for an example, if you were thinking you wanted to complete your degree in 4 years, that means that you would be completing 30 credits, which is about 10 classes per academic year. There are 3 semesters per academic year at UFE: the fall, the winter, and the summer. So again, there is no standard time frame to complete this. So many students do complete the degree in more than 4 years because they are adjusting their coursework and the course load they take each semester in relation to their work schedule and other commitments they might have. So beyond just looking at number of credits and number of courses, there are sections within the degree. So there's 5 main sections that it's broken down into. So all 5 of these are requirements every single Bachelor of Arts student has to meet. So the foundational skills, or the general education requirements, that's something we're going to be talking about today, as well as number 5, the program requirements. And this relates more to subject-specific requirements called majors and minors, which you've probably heard of before. Oops. So these 3 in the middle here, the second language, e-portfolio, and personal responsibility, are requirements, but requirements we're not going to touch on today. These are all requirements that you must meet, and you will have opportunity to complete them all within the course of your degree. This presentation is going to be focused, like I said, on the foundational general education requirements and the program requirements. So the other 3 you can link to off of this web, when we give you the web link for this presentation, you'll be able to go there and read up more on these if you like after the presentation. But it's certainly something you'll be able to talk with an advisor about later on in your planning. So those foundational skills or general education requirements, those are further broken down into 5 main requirement areas. Each one of these 5 requirements has an associated list of courses. You'll be choosing one course from each list that will meet each one of these requirements. So it's most likely that you're going to be choosing at least one of these courses to complete in every single semester. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. The simplest way to review these requirement options, so those courses that meet each one of those requirements, you can log into what's called My Grad Plan. And this program outlines all of those requirements of the degree, the number of credits, those foundational or general skill requirements. And you can log into this right off of your MyUFE account. Hopefully you're already familiar with your MyUFE account, so you know how to access that. But again, you can come back to this presentation, see how to log in. You can also go to ufe.ca, the main web page for the university, and use the search box and type in My Grad Plan. And it'll provide you information to how to find the program and log in. As a UFE student, you'll be able to log into your My Grad Plan 24/7. It is available to you all the time because it is a record of your program that you're admitted to and your progress towards completion of the requirements in that program. So again, just note that we talk about foundational skills and general education requirements interchangeably. There's also a tutorial that you can access. Again, same way, either if you are going through the website or linking through this presentation, you'll be able to read through this tutorial. Specifically looking at the what if and look ahead features, which are great pieces in this program because they help you with your course planning and that you can put in prospective plans. So what if I do a BA degree and I want an English major. What does that look like? What if I do a BA degree and I want a history major and an anthropology minor? You can play around with different scenarios to just visualize a bit more what certain requirements would look like and how you could structure your degree. So program requirements and declaration. These refer to choosing what you want to major or minor in within your Bachelor of Arts degree. The subject or discipline that you choose to declare as your major or minors will be based on numerous factors and experiences that you have, based on your personal interests, your educational goals, and your career goals as they develop. It is really important that you remember this piece so that it doesn't become something that you feel really stressed about early on in your degree. You do not have to know what you want to declare as a major or your minors at this time. What we want you to focus on at the starting point of your degree is really thinking about where your interests lie and start trying out those skill and content areas in your course selection. To earn a Bachelor of Arts degree, students must choose to complete at least one of the following options. So you either choose one major or any combination of two extended minors or minors. You can also, again, come back to this presentation and it'll link you right to our academic calendar where you can view the different options that are available for majors and minors within the Bachelor of Arts degree. So as an example, if you want to visualize this as a pie, if you choose to do your Bachelor of Arts with one major, then we've broken it down basically into three pieces. So those foundational skills, those general requirements that all BA students have to take, equate to about 20 credits. A major equates to about 50 credits. So you're doing about 14 or 15 classes in one subject area. So together that's about 70 credits. And remember, the Bachelor of Arts degree is a minimum of 120 credits overall. So that leaves us with a really nice chunk of credit left, 50 credits that we call electives, which are exactly that. They are your choice to choose what you want those courses to be. So they will often be a combination of a bit of personal interest, and as you go through the course of your degree, become more related to your career and educational goals. If you choose to do a Bachelor of Arts with two minors, then basically those 50 credits that would have been a major, we break in two. So you have two subject areas, two minors, where you're doing about 24 credits in each subject. So you can see whether you choose to major or double minor within the BA, you still have the same foundational skills, you still have the same approximate number of elective credits left. You're just choosing two smaller programs to complete those 50 credits. So either one major or two minors. Now, again, remember, you do not have to know which option you want to choose at this time. We don't even permit declaration until 30 credits have been completed. You must declare by 60 credits. So this means that you have basically about 2 years. You have time to figure out what it is you want to study as your major or your two minors. How you choose to build your degree and make those decisions, they're going to develop over time. The more courses you take, the more decisions you'll make. Again, what is most important is that you really just start thinking about where your interest areas lie, and you're going to focus on finding coursework that aligns with those interests. So this is a big decision-making process, and it's going to develop throughout the course of your degree. And that's where there are a lot of resources at UFE that can help you. So the Advising Center, that's us presenting to you today. We're the academic advisors for the Bachelor of Arts degree. And there's also career counseling. Both of us have websites that include a lot of resource information, and you can also book one-on-one appointments with both the academic advisors and the career counselors as you go through your degree. helping you as you take courses, assess what you're liking, maybe what you're not liking, and just move forward in some of that decision-making process. So I hope you're still with us. We're going to keep moving on. What we're going to show you now is a way, so we've talked about the general structure of the degree. Now let's look at how you could structure your first and maybe second semesters and give you some examples of how to think about putting those together. So in your first semester, what we like to suggest is that you really do a mix of course options. So as I mentioned before, we're looking at doing one of those foundational skill courses, those general education requirements, doing at least one of those each semester until they're completed. So what we've got here, we're suggesting, well, either do the writing foundation requirement or the critical thinking requirement. So that would be meeting one of the courses listed here. And you again can review your My Grad Plan for the list of courses that apply to those general requirements. Then for your second course, think about something that you might possibly want to major or minor in. You want to make sure you're choosing 100 level courses or higher. Anything lower than 100 level is considered developmental or upgrading, and it does not apply to the credits of your degree. The third course you could consider is just a general personal elective. So something that sounds really interesting to you. Maybe you've never taken a course in that. They didn't offer anything in that subject in your high school, but you're interested in it. Another course option would be to focus on an academic skills course, like University 101. This course is actually only available to students within their first 6 courses, so first 18 credits. So it's a course you definitely want to take within your first year if you're thinking about it. The benefit of it is that it basically sets you up to understand the processes of university and prepare for university level work and just get to know how to navigate the new university system that you're in. So if we have a look at this in terms of a fall semester and then a winter semester, you can see, okay, well, maybe you take your English 105, your writing requirement, the University 101 as your second course, and then a personal interest or potentially major or minor area of interest. So if you were thinking, hey, history sounds interesting, I might want to major in that, look for a 100 level history course. And then in winter, you can follow the same general structure. A personal interest elective or a major or minor area of interest, and then a foundational skill requirement, a general education requirement. The choice is yours. What you take is based on your interests. And again, all you're looking to do is take 100 level courses or higher. The main thing is to just get started, start taking coursework. Remember, you still have a big chunk of elective room in that degree, so it is not wasted coursework if you're just choosing based on personal interest right now. Those credits will apply. So how many courses you take each semester is a big question, and it really is up to you. Our general recommendation is that first year students focus on about 3 or 4 courses to start. You could certainly do less if that worked for you as well. But the rule of thumb is that if we're looking at 3 or 4 courses, that's equating to approximately 9 to 12 hours per week in class. But you should then also expect to need at least the equivalent amount of time each week for homework. So you really need to pay attention and plan accordingly based on your own availability. Given 3 classes essentially will equate to about 20 plus hours per week of work, both in and out of the classroom, you need to consider the capacity that you have to add any more. We certainly strongly encourage you to consider starting with less and then getting used to the flow of university, understanding the requirements, the workload necessary to do well in these classes, and then you can decide in future semesters if you're able to do more than 3 or 4 classes. It's much better to start out feeling comfortable with what you're doing than feeling really overloaded in your first semester. So it's just something that you should consider carefully. So now what? Now is the fun part. Now you actually get to start looking at what courses are available for the fall semester and putting together your schedule. So there will be OREG presentations that you'll be able to attend, but you can also use the OREG, so the Office of the Registrar webpage, where you can find step-by-step guides with tutorial videos and lots of information on your fee payment requirements, registration dates and deadlines, and much more. So this is definitely a page, again, that you'll want to come back to and look at when you have a little bit of time. So you might also be wondering, well, how do I know what a course is? What is it about? So there are a couple places that you can look. So the academic calendar houses all of the information on every single course and program that could be offered at UFE and gives you a little bit of a course description when you have a look at the courses. The semester timetable shows what is running in a specific semester. And it includes information on prerequisites, which means requirements that you have to have complete before you can enter or register for that class. And it gives you the date and time and the campus and how the course will be offered and the instructor name. So if we just have a look at the calendar, this will bring you to our current academic calendar. You can search programs or courses, anything. So if you thought, hey, I'm interested in history, what does UFE have for history courses and what can I take? Click on history. It will bring you to our page for all of the courses available within the history department, all the way up to the 400 level. Again, remember, you're starting at the 100 level. So what this will show you is the course title. So history will be shown as Hist 101. It's worth 3 credits and its title is Canada Before Confederation. Important piece here, prerequisites. So there are no prerequisites listed, meaning you could register for this course. There's no previous information or schoolwork needed to get into this. And then it gives you a bit of a description about what you can expect the course to cover. So you can use the academic calendar to search all types of courses that way. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, now the semester timetable, we don't have the fall 2021 timetable up and running at this point, but you'll be able to access it here once it is posted. So we'll go use the summer timetable, the current upcoming semester timetable, so that you can see what it actually looks like. So this again shows you everything that will be running in this particular semester. So you can search by course discipline. So if we're just sticking with the history, so we looked at that History 101 in the academic calendar. We read up the course description. So if that sounded interesting, then you can see, oh, it's running. There is one section running in this semester, the instructor. And again, it notes the prerequisites and how the course will be offered. So this is where you see if those courses that you found in the timetable are actually running. So these are really useful pieces for you as well as you try and make some decisions on some of those course areas as related to, say, possible majors and minors and those personal interest areas. Again, remember, 100 level coursework. And that is it. You've had your first advising session. So remember to bookmark this presentation. Again, we'll give you the link so that you can refer back to it as often as needed. And then you can also come back to it and read more about the tips and the reminders checklist and the glossary for the some of the terms that we used in this presentation. For now, we're just going to move over to a question and answer.